Hello, I hope you're well. Lee here from MPG with my weekly real estate market update. I'm going to share with you some sales stats and averages across Australia of what's happening in our property market, because I think it gives you a really good insight of what we can expect moving forward. Now, we have seen property price growth improve over the last 12 months. However, it's more moderate. It's not rising as quickly as it had in the past, and that's really due to affordability constraints, the rising interest rates holding a lot of buyers back, and the rise of costs as well, pushing prices up for new builds. However, there is a housing crisis and there is still a severe shortage of properties available to rent and to purchase as well, and that's having a bit of an impact in our markets. So we are seeing that property price growth still continue to grow, 1.6% on average across Australia for the first quarter of the year. But it is more moderate than it has been in the past. And I think a really good reason for that is because buyers are showing caution. They're still not fully certain about what to expect of the market going forward. There is talk of that cash rate decrease later in the year, and I think that's bringing buyers back into the marketplace now. And we're seeing that through the volume of transactions that are happening across Australia. Transactions are actually up 6% year on year. So to the end of March 2024, we saw transactions of around 510,000 properties over that year. So that's up 6% on the previous year. So it's showing that more transactions are happening and more buyers are coming back into the marketplace, I believe. We can also look at the auction numbers. Auction numbers are still fairly good. Yes, we saw a bit of a slowdown over the April period, and that's really due to the school holiday period. But that is expected to pick back up now that school holidays and Easter have passed. What we are seeing, whilst property prices are still climbing steadily, it is taking properties a bit longer to sell. So on average at the moment, it's about 36 days for a property to sell in Australia, and that's up from 27 days this time last year. So we have seen the time on the market increase, and that's a reason probably for that is because buyers are showing caution. They have a few more options. There's more properties coming to the market now, so they have more options and more room to negotiate and a little bit more selection, so they're taking their time to make their decisions. But they are still cautious and making sure they only go forward where they see value, and I think that's really important for sellers to understand. On that note, sellers or homeowners that are selling are not lowering their prices significantly. They're actually discount rates, they call it, is very low. So it's about 3.1% for our capital cities and 3.9% for our regional towns. And on average across Australia, about 3.6%, which is lower than it was the previous quarter. It was a little bit higher. So that means that sellers are holding firm generally on their asking prices and only lowering it a little bit to meet the buyer's expectations. Anyway, that's my update for this week. I do talk a little bit more in my blog about the construction costs and the lowering approval rates of dwellings. And I don't think the government's going to reach their target of 1.2 million by 2029 or mid-2029. But you can check that out in my report. Again, head on over to martinotzi.com.au and have a read of that. Anything we can assist you with, give me a call. Have a great week ahead.